the topics today: what are regional visas and what are the best types of regional visas that we can utilise. So generally speaking, there's two regional visas that you need to be aware of. These are the 491 and the 494. We're going to concentrate on 491 today specifically, but you should be aware that there is a 494 as well. Broadly speaking, 491 is considered to be a general skilled migration visa. It fits within the GSM category of visas, and it's for those people who can obtain state or territory government nomination, or who can be sponsored by a family member here in Australia, and specifically to go and live and work in regional Australia. 494 is a sponsored visa, an employer-sponsored visa, but again, for people who want to live and work in regional Australia. So the 491, let's look at the 491 in some detail. And this is an overview of the 491. Where can you be to apply for a 491? The regulations say that you can be offshore or onshore at the time that you make your application and at the time of decision. But it's worth noting at this point in time, given COVID and the current border restrictions we have here in Australia, that people applying for 491 visas, generally speaking, will only be considered if they are here within Australia. And that's mainly got to do with border closures and the individual state and territory governments and who they're looking to sponsor. They can't sponsor people who are overseas at the moment because of the border closures and because it's a temporary visa. If you were granted a 491 at this point in time and you're offshore, then you'd probably struggle to be granted a travel exemption to come into Australia. This will change, and people who are overseas will be able to utilise the 491 in the future. We hope that our border restrictions will ease sometime, in my opinion, probably early next year, and that'll have a lot to do with the vaccine rollout here in Australia. So getting back to the 491 and what it is, it will be granted to you for a period of 5 years. So you can come to Australia, you can live and work in Australia for a period of up to 5 years. But the aim of the game should be to transition to a permanent visa after you've lived and worked in Australia for a period of time. So the regulation says that you must live and work here in Australia for 3 years, or you're eligible to then make an application for a permanent visa.
Fly in and out of Australia anytime, right?
You can, that's right, Denise. It's a multiple entry visa, so you can come and go as you please. There's no restrictions on the amount of times that you can come and go from Australia. Obviously, at the moment, again, there's a caveat wrapped around that, which is COVID and border restrictions. But typically, yes, it's a multiple entry visa. You can bring your partner, your spouse, your children. They can all be attached to the visa as secondary visa holders. They do, however, need to live and work and study in regional Australia also. The cost is listed there. So the cost to the primary applicant is 4,115 Australian dollars.